أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم ومرحبا، وأتمنى أنه تقضوا وقت حلو ومفيد ويانا اليوم بهالمقابلة الحلوة اللي راح نسويها، وبنحكي عن موضوع كلش مهم اللي خاصة دا يجري بهالأيام، دا يجري بالتلفزيونات، دا يجري بالراديو، ونشوف الدنيا مقلوبة على مود الانتخابات. وعدتكم مبارحة أنه اليوم راح يكون عندنا مقابلة حلوة ويا شخصين حتى يشرحوا لنا، خاصة هم خبراء، حتى يحكوا لنا شنو معنى الانتخابات وليش احنا لازم نركض إلى صناديق الانتخابات على مود ننتخب، شنو هي حقوقنا تجاه الانتخابات وليش لازم نكون عضو فعال حتى ننتخب. فهاي كلها أسئلة إن شاء الله هم راح يجاوبونا عليهم، وأني محضرة لكم همينة بعض الخطوات الأخرى اللي ممكن نقيمها حتى نشوف شنو معناها. فهاليوم أكيد راح يكون عندنا مقابلة ويا شخصيتين قويتين، وإن شاء الله يوم الخميس راح يكون عندنا مقابلة أخرى، وإن شاء الله تتابعونا حتى تعرفون أكثر، حتى لو كان عندكم مجال تنتخبون هالسنة، وإذا ما عندكم مجال حتى تتعلمون أكثر من يجيكم وقت ويصير عندكم مجال حتى تروحون تنتخبون. هاليوم أكيد أريد أعرفكم على شخصيتين. الشخصية الأولى هي سي جي مودي اللي هو محامي حاكم الولاية في سان دييغو، والشخصية الأخرى راح يكون المسؤول عن محامي حاكم الولاية اللي موجود في سان دييغو همنا. فنتعرف عليهم اثنيناتهم، أكيد راح يحكون بالإنجليزي، وراح بقدر الاستطاع نحاول إنه نشرح لكم شنو الشيء اللي دا يقولون. So welcome, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming this late and being here to explain to our community why is it important people they need to go and vote and why they, they have to express their rights. So I really appreciate. And the first question for me, I would like you to introduce yourself and what are you nominating yourself for? So we start with CJ.
Thank you. My name is CJ Modi. I am a Deputy District Attorney with the San Diego County District Attorney's Office. I have been a Deputy District Attorney for the last 17 years. For the last 13 years, I have been a domestic violence, child abuse, and elder abuse prosecutor, and I'm running for San Diego Superior Court seat number 18.
So مثل ما شفتوا إنه سي جي مودي هي دا يقدم على مشتغل تقريبا 17 سنة في كمحامي حاكم الولاية في مدينة سان دييغو، ومشتغل بعدة أقسام، ومن ضمنها أقسام حماية الأطفال، حماية العنف المنزلي وغيرها. فالشيء اللي راح يقدم هو هسه مقدم على كرسي معين في المحكمة نسميها المحكمة العليا. هاي المحكمة موجودة في سان دييغو. روح على Mr. Mark.
Hi, good evening, and thank you very much for the invitation to be here. It's quite an honor.
You're welcome.
I'm running for
Our honor.
Well, it's mutual. So I'm running for Superior Court Judge, seat number 22. It's a different seat than CJ is running for. I spent 10 years in the District Attorney's Office, working in the South Bay Branch, East County out here in El Cajon, downtown in the Family Protection Division, and also downtown in the Sex Crimes Unit, handling cases involving domestic violence, narcotics, and crimes against women and children. I now supervise the Criminal Division of the San Diego City Attorney's Office, where we handle about 25,000 cases a year, many of those involving the business community, crimes such as vandalism, shoplifting, burglary, narcotics, those kinds of offenses. I grew up out here in East County. I live in Rancho San Diego, and my kids all went to public schools here with many members of the Chaldean community. Hamishaw Elementary School, Hillsdale Middle School, and now Steel Canyon High School. And it's an honor to speak with your community directly about the importance of this election and why it matters. I know that I've had the privilege of watching members of the community demonstrate family, faith, and hard work, and those are principles that CJ and I take very seriously and have demonstrated in our professional careers, and now we'd like to show that in our positions as Superior Court judges.
Thank you so much. طبعا أكيد الشخصية الأخرى اللي هي احنا نعرفها اللي هو مارك سيكل. Let me see if I Skeels. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You know, I promise to pronounce your name right. So Mark Skeels. إيش قد ما بينا نحترم هالشخصية، لأن أولاً عايش في الكهون ومتربي في الكهون، أولاده راحوا للمدارس قريبة على المدارس اللي أولادنا طبعاً راحوا بها. مارك سكيلز مشتغل في نفس الشيء بمحامي حاكم الولاية، وقضى 10 سنوات من حياته. طبعا ياخذ قضايا هوايه، من قضايا المخدرات الى قضايا العنف الاسري الى قضايا مختلفه، قضايا الاعمال موجوده في سان دييغو. فقضى حياه طويله طبعا اكيد بهالفيلد او هذا المكانه موجوده في سان دييغو. فيقول أنا أعرف عن المجتمع الكلداني لأنه عايش هنا قريب عليهم ومتعرف عليهم سابقاً، ويحب أنه يشتغل وياهم دائماً. Well, thank you so much because you know about the Chaldean community and you know how they grow over the years, you know, for the past 40 years. Thank you so much, we appreciate it. So now, thank you. And شيء وحيد اللي أريد أقول لكم إنه مستر سكيلز يقدم على الكرسي رقم 22. بعدين أفهمكم شنو معنى الكرسي رقم 22. ومستر مودي يقدم على الكرسي رقم 18. هذول الكراسي كلش ضرورية، أريدكم تفتهموها وبعدين راح أعلمكم عليها شنو معناها. So I told them about the seats because they are important, and then I will explain to them where they can find the seat and how they can find the seats after we finish the questions that we have. So welcome again. Thank you so much for being here, you know, and the introduction. For you, Mr. Skeels, the Superior Court, I noticed that you put that you're applying for C22 and it's a Superior Court. And I know I asked that question before, but I need you to clarify it for the people because Mr. Modi, in his advertisement, he put San Diego Superior Court. Is there any differences? And what is the difference between this court and the Supreme Court?
It's a great question. So the San Diego Superior Court is the collection of state court judges that hear the types of cases that we would expect to think of when we talk about criminal law or family law or juvenile cases. So in the criminal realm, your general DUIs, burglaries, manslaughters, narcotics cases, those kinds of offenses are typically state court cases. They're state court offenses. So those are tried in a state court, which is what we call the San Diego Superior Court.
So this is, you're talking about the state as a California state.
Correct.
But your court will be the San Diego division.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so that is different from, say, federal crimes.
Correct.
If you commit tax evasion or you cross the border, you know, illegally, then you're going to be prosecuted in federal court. That is not the practice that we've had. We've been career state court prosecutors.
Only the state.
Which is why we're running for a state court, superior court judge position.
Judge. Okay, good, great. Thank you so much. So both courts, they're the same one.
Correct.
But they're different seats.
Correct.
Okay. Now, I'm going to explain that, and then you tell me how many seats there is for the judges. Is it simple, like a number that you can tell me right now?
Yeah.
Well, there are 135 judges in San Diego County.
Okay.
Right now, there are 4 open seats. So there are 4 different judges who have decided to retire and keep their seats open for election. And so there are going to be 4 judges' seats on the ballot for
open
election.
On the ballot.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let me explain that, and then after that we go to these seats and see what's going on in there. So سألت السؤال اللي هو إنه مستر سكيلز مكتوب إنه السوبريور السوبريور كورت أو طبعا المحكمة العليا. بينما مستر مودي مكتوب سان دييغو، يعني محكمة العليا لسان دييغو. فقلت له شنو الفرق؟ فماكو فرق. وقلت له شنو الفرق بين هالمحكمة والمحكمة العليا؟ فأكيد شرحها دا يقول أنه المحكمة الموجودة هنا هي عبارة عن المحكمة الموجودة في سان دييغو اللي تقوم بتكملة القضايا المحلية نسميها، اللي هي مو الفدرالية. زين، المحلية من عندها قضايا المخدرات، قضايا التأمين الصح، التأمين، قضايا العنف المنزلي أو غير من هالقضايا اللي تحدث بالولاية. زين، والموجودة هذه المحكمة راح تكون في سان دييغو، معناتها هذا سان دييغو يعني قسم مال سان دييغو. يعني إذا رحنا على غير مدينة مثلا لوس أنجلوس راح يكون عندها مال لوس أنجلوس، بس هذه مال سان دييغو اللي يقدمون عليها. المحكمة العليا الفدرالية تختلف. يعني شنو؟ يعني القضايا مالتها راح تكون فدرالية، مثلا عبور الحدود من غير هالقضايا الأمثلة الأخرى اللي أو مثلا المختلسين للضرائب. هاي المحكمة العليا الفدرالية تحاكم بها، مو المحكمة البسيطة اللي هي مال سان دييغو أو الصغيرة مال ستيت مالتنا. سألته معناته هم اثنيناتهم يقدمون على نفس المحكمة، إيش كم حاكم عندنا العاد؟ فهو قال لي عندنا 135 حاكم، بس 4 كراسي بس موجودة بها. هال4 كراسي مفتوحة لأنه القضاة تقاعدوا، فمعناتها أنه إحنا كجماهير لازم ننتخب حتى نصعد 4 هالكراسي هاي. زين؟ So explain 4.
So the way it works in California is that a judge serves a 6-year term when they are elected or appointed. If a judge retires somewhere in the middle of their 6-year term, then the governor of California replaces that judge who retired with another judge. So the governor appoints their replacement. If a judge finishes their 6-year term and then decides they are not going to seek re-election, then that seat stays open for election. So right now you have 4 judges who have finished their 6-year term. They're at the end of their term. They have decided that they're not going to put their names back in for re-election, which is why these seats are now open for election.
And when you say 6 terms, it's only 6 terms?
6-year term.
6 years, I'm sorry. 6 years term.
Yes.
So after the 6 years, you might decide to come back and then you put your name again for election again.
That's correct.
Correct.
And regardless of whether a judge is appointed by the governor or is elected by the people, they serve a 6-year term.
Same year.
And they have to put their name back in for re-election when their term is up.
Very good information. Thank you so much. So بالنسبة للحكام مثل ما قلنا عندنا 135 حاكم. Now 4 حكام دا يقول الحاكم اللي تنتهي الفترة مالته اللي هي 6 سنوات فقط مو أكثر، إله حقية إنه يرجع ويحط اسمه بالانتخابات من جدة وجديد حتى الناس تنتخبه. إذا الحاكم قرر إنه يطلع أو مثلا صار شيء لا سمح الله وراح طلع، الحاكم الولاية مال كاليفورنيا يقدر يحط حاكم الله مكانه. يعني شنو؟ يعني بدون انتخاب، يعني يقدر يقرر ياخذ أي حاكم يعرفه ويحطه بهذا الكرسي بدون ما يعني علمنا وبدون حتى ما احنا نعرف او الناس تعرف وبدون ما يصير انتخاب له. حتى هذول اللي يحطهم من ينتهون ال6 سنوات لازم يرجعون يحطون اسمائهم للانتخاب. فدا تلاحظون شلون بعض الاحيان القضاة همينة ممكن حاكم الولاية يحط اسمائهم بدون معرفتنا او بدون وجودنا. فلذلك كلش ضروري احنا هاي ال4 كراسي الموجودة انه نحط حكام اللي يكون عندهم شنو هي الاشياء اللي احنا نريدها؟ نريد يكون اخلاقهم عالية، يكونون عائلة، يكون عندهم افكار تكون تقدم خدمة للمجتمع مالتنا. What I'm trying to explain that there's these 4 seats. In these 4 seats, it's up to us who we are voting for. And what can we choose to vote for? People with family values, people with, explain a little more. What do you want people to know about you and to vote for you?
Right. Thank you. I think what's important is that the members of the community elect judges who have the right experience. In other words, that they have shown a commitment to public safety, protecting families, protecting children from being abused, protecting the elderly, who are some of the most vulnerable in our communities. So the prosecutors at the state court level, like CJ and myself, are the ones who handle those cases and work closely with the local police departments, that work closely with victims of crime to make sure that offenders are held accountable and that they're properly sentenced by the courts, and that, you know, every defendant has a right to a fair trial, and that's important in our system of justice to make sure that people are afforded their rights. But it takes, I think it's important to look for people who have shown a commitment to protecting the public and recognizing what is important in terms of the way that sentences are handed down and the way that cases are handled through the criminal court system. In my particular race, I'm running against two individuals, one who comes out of the federal court system, so has no practical experience handling cases in the Superior Court like we've talked about. And then the other individual is someone who was found not to be qualified as a judge by our local San Diego County Bar Association. But it's difficult to get the word out to the members of the community about these factors, which is why this opportunity to speak to you and the Chaldean community is so important, because it's difficult to spread the message about who has the right qualifications and who doesn't.
So because you worked in the city, you know the city, you know the cases, you know what will work for the community. You know, you think you'll be qualified for that job. And you think that you deserve for people to vote for you.
I would certainly love a vote for myself for Superior Court Judge. I think I would be ready from day one to handle the kinds of cases that are going to be coming through the court system, because for 20 years I've been in courtrooms every day seeing how felonies and misdemeanors are handled, what the law requires in terms of what evidence is needed to be to prove a crime, how the police departments work, how the court system works, what kinds of sentences are appropriate in any individual case, what kind of resources are there in the community for people that maybe need mental health treatment or narcotics help. So it's important to look at candidates who have really put in the work and shown the commitment over decades to protect families, look after children and the elderly, and have a demonstrated excellence in the courtroom.
Then your court will be in San Diego.
It will be in San Diego. If elected, the presiding judge will make the assignment. We could be assigned to the Vista branch up in North County, or the El Cajon branch here in East County, or the South Bay branch.
Any of the 5 or 6 courts that we have.
That's correct.
Okay, good. So السؤال كان ليش احنا لازم ننتخب الشخصيات اللي شو ما قلت لكم انهم ممكن يكون عندهم يعرفون المدينة، يعرفون القضايا شنو هي، يعرفون القضايا الكبيرة اللي تصير، المجتمع اللي دا يصيب بيها، من قضايا مثل ما قال هو، من قضايا نعيدها مرة الأخيرة، مثلا قضايا السرقة، قضايا المخدرات، قضايا الأعمال الغير مرغوب بها، القضايا الأخرى اللي تصيب العائلة البسيطة، القضايا الموجودة في الأعمال الكبيرة اللي يصير بها السرقة. فهاي الأشياء يقول إحنا أكثر من 10 سنوات دا نسويها بهالمدينة هاي. يعني شنو معناه؟ معناه هم مؤهلين، يعني عندهم التأهيلات الكافية انهم ممكن يظلون انه يقدمون هاي الخدمة لنا ويوجهونا نحو الطريق الصحيح. ده يقول بينما البقية واحد من عندهم، البقية اللي مقدمين على نفس الكراسي، واحد من عندهم جاي من المحكمة العليا الفدرالية، فهو جاي ما مسوي قضايا مع المدينة، ما يعرف شنو هي. فيقول لذلك انه احنا نريد نعرفكم بنفسنا، ودا ياخذون هالفرصة الحلوة حتى يعرفوا نفسهم بيكم، وحتى يقولوا لكم انه ترى الدولة البقية اللي مقدمين مو مؤهلين. يعني واحد منهم اصلا نهائيا ما له تأهيلات، والآخر تأهيلات قليلة. فلذلك يحتاجون انه هاي الخطوة يشرحوها لنا حتى نعرف انه هم موجودين في المدينة وراح يخدمونا في هال5 إلى 6 محاكم الموجودة، يا اما تكون اذا اختاروهم كحكام، يا اما يكونوا بالكهون، يا اما يكونوا بشلا فيستا، يا اما يكونوا بهالمحاكم الاخرى اللي موجودة في سان دييغو. Well, thank you so much. That was a lot of information. Mr. Modi, any more reasons for people to vote for you? And then we go, and then you explain what is voting. Right.
So
for you first. Let's talk about you.
Thank you. The number one priority of our criminal justice system is public safety. That's what our criminal justice system is there for. That's what our courts are there for, to make sure that our communities are safe. The overwhelming number of cases in California that are filed in our courts are criminal cases. So it's very important to have a candidate who has experience in those types of cases, who's worked within our community, who's worked with defense attorneys in our community, who's been in the court system and worked with the judges on a regular basis. I firmly believe that a prosecutor's role, and Mark and I are both prosecutors, a prosecutor's role is to ensure that justice is done. It's not to convict people. Convictions are sometimes the end result of justice, but we have to ensure that justice is done every step of the way. And that's what I have done throughout my career as a prosecutor, is made sure that people are treated fairly, equally, and impartially, but also made sure that people are held responsible for the choices that they made that brought them before the court. It's very easy for people to blame everything around them for the decisions that they made, but ultimately people have to be held responsible for the choices that they made. And like Mark said, it's very important. We have a lot of different types of courts for people who need help: drug treatment, mental health, veterans court for people who have PTSD after they've come back from serving our countries. These are all courts that I have served on and helped out with. And we have to know what available options there are for people when they come into our court systems, because we don't just want to lock people up without giving them the help that they need. That's not justice or public safety either. So having someone who's worked in the system, who's been a part of that system, and is able to navigate all the different options that we have is very important. And that's what I bring. I've been in courts every single day my entire career for the last 17 years dealing with criminal justice cases.
And you know the side effect, and you know the criminal justice, and you know the system, and you've seen it all.
Absolutely.
Because you've been a prosecutor for all these years.
Absolutely. And I know what's fair.
You can add more.
Absolutely. And I know what's fair, I know what's the right resolution of cases, and I know the different options we can give people who need to be helped before they get locked up if they continue to break the law.
Yeah, absolutely. سألت طبعا مستر موري انه ننطي له الفرصه، هو همينه يقول لنا ليش احنا لازم ننتخب له، ليش ننتخبه. مستر موري قال انه الحمايه، يعني حمايه المجتمع هو الهدف مالته، وحمايه المجتمع تتم عن طريق انه المجرم مو بس نغلق عليه، بنحطه بالسجن ونغلق عليه، لا. حماية المجتمع هو بالمقدمة. لازم انه المجرم نحاول انه نوجهه، اذا يستحق اكيد ينحط بالسجن ينحط، بس اكو مساعدات همينة، اكو توجيهات للمجرمين، اكو مو بس مساعدات توجيهات، بس اكو اماكن اخرى ممكن انه نستفاد من عنده، ممكن نجعله كشخص مفيد للمجتمع. فهو مؤمن بهالشيء هذا، ومؤمن همينة انه مو بس المجرم، بس الضحيه لازم يكون عندها مساعده. فذكر بعض الفقرات اللي احنا نذكرها بالمقابلات السابقه، مثلا اللي قلنا العنف الاسري، اكو هوايه مساعدين لهم ممكن المحكمه مالتهم توفرها، اكو مثلا قضايا الاعمال اللي صار عندهم مشكله، هوايه ممكن يوفروا لها مساعدات. اكو مساعدات كلش هوايه. احنا مو بس نفكر بالمحكمه انه اوكي جابوا المجرم ودخلوه بالسجن ومع السلامه وحكموه، لا، اكو هوايه يعني خطوات ممكن يقومون بها حتى يساعدون المجتمع. فيقول اني متاهل لان اني مشتغل بهاي المحكمه، ومشتغل بهالمدينه هاي، واعرف بالضبط ايش يصير، فلذلك اعرف انه اقدر اساعد المجتمع مالتنا. احنا هسه حكينا عن اثنيناتهم، عرفنا ان هم ناس ممكن نستفاد منهم اذا احنا انتخبناهم. فسنرجع على عمليه الانتخاب، شنو معناها؟ شنو هي آلية الانتخاب؟ وشنو هي الطريقة اللي ممكن الناس حتى لو ما كانت مسجلة الانتخاب ممكن تنتخب أو لا. So now thank you so much for introducing yourself, for telling us why should we vote for you. And now, because in the old days, I used to go after every person and search and Google what is this person did and how why should I, vote for them? And it took me sometimes before the election 7 to 8 days, listen to too many radio stations, to too many, people to see what they think and who should I vote for. For the past couple of years, I decided I should not do that. I should learn how to meet the people and, introduce myself to them and see how can, do they deserve to, put them in the, in my vote? Should I vote for them or not? So I decided to do that for the past, especially for the last election. So I'm happy that you are here, not only to introduce yourself to me, but to the rest of the Orient, that they understand now why they should vote for you. And we are open for any other people who they would like to come and tell us why they are also, great for this court. I mean, I can understand that. We're welcoming them. It's okay for us. So now let's go to the mechanical or the process of voting. People, they don't understand, in the United States, we have the system, we have to register to vote. If we go to different countries, such as Switzerland, there is no registration. Automatically, people, they receive the ballot and then they vote. In the United States, we have to register to vote. Is it too late to register?
I think people can still register to vote in this election. The group that monitors elections in San Diego is called the San Diego County Registrar of Voters. They're located in San Diego. A guy named Michael Vu, V-U, is the head of that agency. So I'm sure there's information available or to reach out to the Registrar of Voters to find out how the registration process works. But the registration process helps the Registrar of Voters understand to whom they will mail ballots or to whom they will mail information about the candidates. There is something called a voter guide that contains information about the different candidates and gives some background in, I think, 250 words or less for judicial candidates to give some summary of what they've done.
So people, if they're not registered, they're not going to receive that informative book.
Correct.
That's right. And the registrar's website is SD for San Diego, vote.com. And so people can go on there, and they have a lot more information on there. I believe that people can still register to vote. Today was the last day to request mail-in ballots. So you can't request a mail-in ballot anymore. But voting day is March 3rd, which is next Tuesday, and people can still go to the polls and vote on that day as long as they're registered to vote.
So they have from now until March 3rd to register to vote?
I believe so, yes.
Thank you so much. That was good information. So let me talk to the Orient, because a lot of them, when they become citizens, they, how the citizens ceremony, there is that table, they put register to vote.
Right.
And when they come and they ask me, what should we do? I said, register to vote. That's important because you need to know how to learn how to vote, which, I hope they do. So سألت السؤال. أريدهم يعلمونا على الآلية مال أو الطريقة البروسس شلون يصير الانتخابات هنا بهالبلد هذا. أعرف قسم من عندكم أبد ما منتخبين بحياتكم. So I'm saying that I know that most of you or a lot of you who they are the newcomers between 5 to 10 years, they never voted in their life because they were scared to vote to Saddam. And then after that, they didn't have the freedom to vote. So voting, it is scary for them. They have fear of voting, and especially if they don't know the people who they're voting for. So الآلية كلش بسيطة، مو صعبة أبدا. اللي أخذ أكيد كل شخص اللي عنده citizen اللي عنده جنسية ممكن ينتخب. ما عندك جنسية no citizen no انتخابات. ديروا بالكم. ما ريدكم تسجلون بالانتخابات إذا أنتم مو متجنسين، فقط من تكونوا متجنسين. إذا تجنستوا، خلينا نفرض أنه رحتوا أخذتوا هذا الحلفان بالجنسية، أكو هناك register to vote، فتقدرون هناك تسجلون أسماءكم حتى تنتخبون بالمستقبل. فإذا أنتم ما مسجلين حتى تنتخبون، قال الباب بعده مفتوح للتسجيل من هسه إلى 3/3، يعني يوم الانتخابات هو 3/3. آخر يوم يستلمون البريد، خلي أقول لكم شنو هو اللي حكى عليه. إذا أنتم مسجلين بالانتخابات راح يجي لكم معلومات مال الانتخابات اللي هي عبالة يعني I'm sorry I didn't bring the whole thing, I didn't bring the informative book, it's in my bag, but فراح توصل لكم ظرف كبير ثخين بهاي الورقة وبهاي الورقة، إنزين، وراح اسمكم بي كل واحد باسمه، وبهاي الورقة يقول لك أنت لمن تريد تنتخب. مثل ما تشوفون أنا حاولت أنه أراوي منو راح أنتخب، تمام؟ بهاي الورقة وياهم راح يجي كتاب، الكتاب الأسماء اللي هم مدارجيها على كل واحد بالكتاب نبذة مختصرة، قال تقريبا 500 كلمة عن كل شخص. طبعا بالكتاب ما راح يقولون غير أحسن أشياء عنهم، ما راح يقولون هذا جاي من فلان مكان، هذا جاي من فلان مكان، لا، راح يسجلون الأشياء الزينة هناك. فيبقى علينا إحنا شلون نبحث، لأنه أنت ما تعرف، أوكي إحنا حاطين لي فوق 10 حتى على الديستريكت 53 مثلا، يعني الكونغرس، بس منو راح تنتخب؟ أنت عندك 10، شو معرفك منو هو اللي هذا الزين ومنو هو المو زين؟ فلازم نبحث منو هو الزين ومنو هو الزين. 4 مثلا على الحكام، فإحنا لازم نبحث ونشوف من هو الزين من هو المو زين. من تجيكم هذه آخر يوم إلها حتى تحطوها بالبريد هو هاليوم الساعة 12 بالليل، خلاص انغلق بعد ما تقدروا تدزوه بالبريد، بس عندكم مجال تسجلون. انطانا الويب سايت للتسجيل، أو حتى تقدر تروح للمكتبة وتسجل. التسجيل اللي كتبته هو trying to find where I wrote it right here. إذا تروحون على sdvote.com. Is it .com or .org? .com, you think?
I'm not 100% sure. It might be
we'll
.com or might be .org.
Okay. sd.com، خلينا نفرض هي .com مو .org، بعدين أشيكها وأحط لكم إياها وتقدروا تسجلون. وراها ما راح يجيكم بالبريد هذه، بس تقدرون تروحون للمكتبة وتاخذوها وتنتخبون. زين، هسه نجي ليش لازم ننتخب. So I explained, very good information you provided. Today is the last day for the mailing.
Right.
And then, but if they register, they can go to, I give them the option of library, alcohol library, they have it. Or other, because, بالهذه الورقة همين تجيكم وين أكو الأماكن اللي تروحون تنتخبون بيها. So also I told them with this, the same letter, they tell you where the voting polls.
Right.
So كل هاي موجودة، سهلة، يعني ترى مو صعبة، كلش سهلة. إحنا دائما نخاف من كل شيء غريب علينا. So there is always this fear of something strange, and this is strange for them. So there's a lot of fear, and they don't know. Really, they don't know. They always come to help, for us to help them.
Absolutely.
And we're here to help them because we want them to learn how to vote.
Right.
Now, this is all good and all perfect. Let's go to the real questions. Why people should vote? Let me tell you, about years ago, I fall into one of the reports that was posted 2005 at the New York Times. And they were talking about, let me read you this. And since then, I have this report, and I read it just to laugh. Okay. It said, the odds that your vote will actually affect the outcome of a given election are very, very, very slim.
See, I disagree with that, especially when you're talking about local elections. When you're talking about elections that are happening in your city, in a district that you live in, your vote absolutely does count. Some of these elections are decided by 300, 400, 500 votes. And if you have a good number of people who just don't vote because they think their vote's not going to count, that is going to make a big difference in those elections. Some of these smaller races, you only get 20 or 30,000 votes total. And so if you're not voting, you're definitely not going to have your voice heard. You can be assured of that. So if you don't vote, then your positions, your thoughts, your values are not going to get represented, when you're making a choice for who you want to represent you. So I think your vote absolutely does count, and you have to go out there and make that statement.
I would picture two empty soccer stadiums, and we fill one with all the people who have that opinion that, well, my vote won't count. We put all those people in that stadium. Then fill the other one with all the people who say, you know what, my voice should be heard, and I'm going to exercise my right as a citizen of the United States to say what is important to me and support a system that looks at ballots instead of bullets, and fill that stadium with all the people who vote. You can imagine which group of people is going to be more responsive to the government. So whether it's a president, whether it's a congressman, whether it's a local mayor, whether it's a Superior Court judge, politicians recognize who exercises their right to vote and who uses their voice to show what direction they want the community to go in. We want more public safety. We want more resources for people with mental health issues. We want more police officers on the street. Whatever that position might be, the way to spread that message is through the ballot box and exercising the right to vote, and it absolutely 100% makes a difference in how the government perceives the community that is voting.
And people vote for president, they vote for their senators because those are names that they recognize. Right? And then when they get farther down the ballot, a lot of times they don't recognize certain names, they just leave them blank, they don't know who's running for what positions. But what's important to remember is that those individual and local politicians, they are going to have more impact on your day-to-day life than the president is or your senator is. Your city councilmen, your county supervisors, the judges who are running, those people are going to impact your daily life a lot more than the President of the United States. And that's why it's so important for people to do that research and actually vote for all those races that are lower on the ballot, because those people are going to have an effect in your community directly.
In their life, yeah. And I've heard a lot of people who they see the name, they sound better, eeny miny.
Right. Right. Some people vote just based on what a person's name is.
Don't laugh. I did that before in my old days.
Well, that's why it's so important to do the research and see what each of these individuals, what their positions are and what they stand for.
Right. So أكيد أنا قرأت لهم ليش إحنا لازم ننتخب. شنو مهمة؟ ليش مهمتنا إحنا كشعب هنا في هالبلد هذا اللي عندنا اختيار إنه إحنا ممكن ننتخب، ليش هو ضروري وليش هو مهم. فقرأت لهم عن واحد من التقارير اللي أنا قرأتها من 2005 بالحقيقة، كان مكتوب في نيويورك تايمز، في نيويورك تايمز. قلت لهم إنه التقرير يقول إنه الفرصة السانحة للشعب إنه ينتخبون هي نسبة كلش قليلة، يعني ما راح ياخذون بالانتخابات مالتنا. فأضحكت لأنه طبعا ممكن بس ممكن لا. فهم وضحوه يقولون إنه في المدن الصغيرة، مو المدن الصغيرة، يعني في الانتخابات بالمدن الصغيرة، مثلا إحنا هسه مدينتنا الانتخابات كلش ضرورية. ليش؟ لأنه عندنا بس 4 حكام، فإذا 20,000 شخص انتخب حاكم واحد و100 انتخب 100,000 انتخب حاكم الآخر، أكيد أبو 100,000 اللي هو اللي راح يربح. فجابوا لنا عدة أمثلة إنه الانتخاب هو ضروري ولازم الشخص، خاصة في الانتخابات اللي هي مو كبيرة مال رئيس الجمهورية ومال الحكام الكبار، بس الانتخابات مال مدن مالتنا. مثلا إذا انتخبنا حاكم الولاية، مثلا حاكم المدينة مالتنا المير، مثلا الحكام مالتنا الصغيرة اللي موجودة بالمحاكم مالتنا، هذه هي كلش ضرورية. مارك شرح لنا انه جاب لنا مثل يقول اذا اخذ ملعب احط بيه 24 واحد ما يردون ينتخبون، وملعب بيه 24 او 23 واحد يريدون ينتخبون، منو اللي راح يربح؟ اكيد الملعب اللي بيه الكمية الهواية اللي راح ينتخبون هو اللي راح يربح. فشكد ما بينا نحاول انه نسجل الانتخابات وبعض الأحيان نشوف لأنه اللستة طويلة مثل ما راويت لكم، يمكن اللستة مالتكم راح تكون أطول من هاي. بما أنه اللستة طويلة راح نشوف أنه ممكن إحنا نتعرف على شخص واحد، تمام؟ خاصة اللي عندهم دعايات هواية. So you were saying, especially for the local, voting, it's important because people, they know when they have a lot of advertisement.
Right.
There's a lot of advertisement in the TV. So people, they can watch that. They know who's this, and then they might, vote for them. But the judges and the other people, they don't have advertisement, but they're doing a great job. And of course, they deserve to be on those seats. It's important for them to be in those seats. Mm-hmm.
Well, and
What
that's
do you
what
take? Mm-hmm.
I think that's why we're so appreciative of this chance
Right.
to talk to your viewers. To CJ's point about researching candidates and finding out
Yes.
who's most qualified,
Yes.
that would include tuning in and watching a program like this,
Yes.
and the community service that you're
Right.
providing by helping to highlight individuals who are most qualified for their positions that they're running for. So it's really an honor, and I know we're very appreciative for this chance to meet with you and talk to your viewers as well.
We're honored to have you. Mm-hmm.
And I just checked. It
Yes.
is sdvote.com.
.com.
Yes.
Perfect. So الانتخابات تسجيل مثل ما هو ذكر هو sdvote.com مو .org، فديروا بالكم انتبهوا عليها. Thank you so much. So اللي دا يقوله انه احنا كلش متشكرين، لانه اكيد من احنا نشوف دعايات هوايه، هذا خبصنا وذاك خبصنا وهذا، فراح نتعلم على اسمائهم، بينما الناس البسيطين والكراسي الاخرى المقاعد الاخرى ما عندهم هالدعايات الكبيره، فلذلك يمكن دعاياتهم بسيطه، مثلا يجون بهال يعني المحاضره مالتنا، العفو المقابله مالتنا، نتعرفون على الجاليه مالتنا. يوم الاحد كانوا مسوي لهم مثلا، بالحقيقه هم سووا عشاء حتى الناس تجي تتعرف عليهم. او لازم احنا نبحث، يعني بالاول كنت اقول لهم انه اني كنت اقضي ساعات طويله حتى ابحث من هو الزين ومن هو الزين، وهم كنت اعرفهم. بينما هسه من اريد انتخب احد اروح اقابله واشوف شنو هو وليش لازم انتخب له، فاريد شويه نتقدم. فراح اروح على in the same report. I'm going to go through this and then we go again, not to make it long on you. The same report says that people, they fulfill their civic duties, and that's why they like to vote, but their vote is not important.
Again, I think that's a very cynical way to look at the voting system.
Okay.
The people that vote can be 100% assured that their input will not be considered.
Right.
So,
Yeah, there are approximately 3.5 million people who live in San Diego
That's
County.
right. That's right.
Only about 1.7 million people are registered to vote.
Say these numbers again.
So there are 3.5 million people
Million,
who live in
okay,
San Diego.
that's right.
1.7 million are registered to vote. So that's about half. Now, if you think about 1.7 million people who are not voting, that number makes a huge difference. And so people cannot have that mentality. Like Mark said, he said it perfectly. If you don't vote, you can be 100% assured that your voice and your vote is not going to count.
Correct. And then we go why the benefit of the voting, of course. So ذكر أرقام كلش حلوة، ومن ضمنها احنا يعني العراقيين اللي عندهم جنسية مي citizen. So العراقيين اللي عندهم جنسية اللي مدى ينتخبون، يعني عندنا حقوق مدنية، مدى نحقق هالحقوق المدنية مالتنا تجاه المجتمع مالتنا. يعني احنا شلون نقدر نقدم المجتمع مالتنا الشيء اللي احنا نريده؟ احنا بس نعتب، بس نقول انه هذا الحاكم مو زين، هذا الكونغرس مو زين، هذا المير مو زين، بس لا، اذا احنا انتخبناه هذاك الوقت راح نعرف انه هو زين لان احنا انتخبناه. تمام؟ سو حقوقنا المدنيه لازم نقدر نشخصها ونطلب انه احنا نحققها. فدا يقول انه اكو تقريبا 3.5 ملايين شخص يعيش في سان دييغو، بس 1.3 مليون هم اللي مسجلين للانتخابات. يعني عندنا 1,000,000 الاخ و3/4 الاخ، يعني تقريبا 2,000,000 اللي هم ما مسجلين ولا ينتخبون. معناتها انه يعني مو بس ضيعوا حقوقهم، معناتها انه الحقوق المدنيه ما يمارسوها. لذلك نحاول انه نمارس حقوقنا المدنيه لفائدتنا، لانه يعني مو بس الفائده لهم، لانهم ما اوريدي عندهم اشغال ما يهمنا، بس احنا نريد نجيب الشخصيه الزينه نحطها بالمكان الزين. زين، شلون نجيب الشخصيه الزينه نحطها بالمكان الزين؟ اذا ما نعرفهم، او اذا احنا اصلا ما ننتخب عليهم، ما ننتخبهم. So what I was saying, to bring the right person to the right seat, it is very important, because we get to always complain. This judge is not good. This mayor is not good. This Congress is not good. We always tend to complain. But we don't vote for the right people. So, we like to vote for the right people, to bring them, know them, bring them to the seats. Mm-hmm.
I think that highlights the importance of the vote, because let's say if there's an unfortunate incident and a loved one is injured in a shooting, or some sort of criminal offense victimizes a loved one, a parent or a sibling or a child, and that case goes to court, and you will probably meet with the prosecutor and the police department as that case is getting prepared. But when you walk into court and the bailiff says, "All rise," and in walks a judge that you've never met before and you have really no background information on, you're going to realize in a moment how important it is that you hope that that judge understands the law, understands how to properly run the courtroom, understands what rights should be afforded and which ones shouldn't, understands how the cases should be presented so that it doesn't get overturned on appeal. And all of that experience factor you want to know that that judge has. But at that moment you walk into the court, you're just hoping that that's the case. But by exercising your right to vote, the community gets to make that selection ahead of time, so that in that unfortunate scenario, and you walk into court, you're going to want a Judge Modi or a Judge Skeels to be on the bench, so that when you ask the prosecutor or you ask the police officer or you ask a community member, "Hey, what do you know about this judge?" you will then have the answer, they're solid. They uphold the law, they uphold the Constitution, they understand the rules of criminal procedure, and they're going to do a good job on this case.
Thank you so much. Let me, take that, this is really awesome. Appreciate that. So يقول إنهم بالنسبة للعملية الانتخابية، إنه خلينا نفرض إنه صارت عندكم في قضية معينة لا سمح الله، وهالقضية تحتاج إنه تروحون للمحكمة بها. فمن تدخلون للمحكمة والقاضي ويقول طبعا وقوف والحلفان ومن طبعا إن شاء الله لا تدخلوا للمحاكم، بس إذا رغمت إنه دخلتوا للمحكمة وشفتوا هالشيء هذا، دائما راح تفكرون، خاصة إذا كانت الأحقية لكم، دائما راح تفكرون عجبا هذا الحاكم راح يحكم بإنصاف، راح يحكم بطريقة العدل، يفتهم شغله إنه حتى لا يصير بها الاستئناف وراء استئناف وراء استئناف، ممكن إنه ياخذ قرار معين. فهاي الشيء يقول كل الشيء ضروري إنه من نحط واحد يكون خبير ليعرف غرفة المحكمة مالته ويعرف شلون يقدر يحاكم بإنصاف، فهذا هو كلش ضروري. فإحنا يعني متشكرين على هالمعلومات، إنه أكيد من ندخل، إذا كنا ندخل للمحكمة راح نعرف مثلا حاكم إذا انتخبوه حاكم سكيلس وحاكم مودي، هم راح يكونون حكام أقوياء حسب ما يقولون، يعني إحنا ما نعرف حسب ما هم إذا يقولون، فإحنا مفتوحين همنا منفتحين إنه البقية إذا يجون أهلا وسهلا بهم حتى نسمع لهم. بس كل شيء اللي سمعناه على الشخصيتين اللي أمامنا هو أحسن شيء. So نتمنى لهم كل الخير. So thank you so much, because that was really a good, because I've known a lot of cases, especially, the federal, such as the asylum cases. Right. I've gone with the asylum cases, and they always ask me, the first thing, people who apply for asylum, they ask, how is this judge? Or this judge is really a nice judge. Or this judge is he's very tired, he doesn't want to, he goes to appeal. He always, change my date because he doesn't want to persecute. So they always ask about the judge. They don't talk about the lawyer. They don't talk about the prosecutor. They talk about the judge.
Right.
And they look at the judge like mercy. Look at in the eye of the mercy on me. And, and that's the federal judge.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, the cases that it's, probably come in front of you, they will look at your eyes as mercy, be merciful with me. Mm-hmm. And that's what we try to explain. Good. One of the rights of the vote, as a civil right that we have, which is very good, we're saying that also some of the political parties might be deceiving with their initial reforms, but can have the intention of corruption. Okay, and that's why we don't want people to be deceived. We want the party that will represent them and give them the best. And that's why I like your take on that.
And it's important to remember on judicial races, the judicial races are completely nonpartisan.
Correct.
So there's no political party affiliated with the judicial races, and that's the way it should be. Judges should not be about politics. We are there to be fair and impartial and to enforce the law, to rule by the rule of law and abide by our Constitution. So it's very important to remember that judge races are completely nonpartisan. They're non-political when it comes to the ballot. A lot of people look on the ballot to see whether there's an R or a D for Republican or Democrat by someone's name, and you're not going to see that on the judges' ballots. The other thing that's important for both Mark and me for the judges' races is that the judges' races are county-wide. So there's no district or precinct or anything like that for the judicial races. The Superior Court of San Diego has jurisdiction throughout the county of San Diego, so everyone gets to vote for Superior Court judges. So it doesn't matter where you live, Oceanside down to San Ysidro, all the way out to the Imperial County border, you get to vote for the Superior Court judges. Our names will be on every single ballot across the county.
Thank you so much. That was very great information because, yes, there is the R, there is the D. But, very good. Thank you so much for the information. So, بعض الأحيان نلاحظ إنه, and the reason I asked, I brought that because a lot of people, they ask me, when they come. And to be fair with them, I tell them, you pick and choose because what do you think this person is going to be? Because I give them the option. I'm not going to choose for them because that's not my job. I can choose for myself only myself. So, and that's good that, the judges, that they are, mutual for everybody. They're there for everyone.
Absolutely.
So السؤال كان إنه بعض الأحيان إذا كانوا الحكام ينتمون إلى حزب معين، مثل إحنا أحزابنا بالعراق كلش هواية ومتعلمين عليها. And the reason also I brought that there is so many parties in Iraq, and they're used to that, and there's too many. Before it used to be only one. It's only the Baath Party, right? After that, there's hundreds and thousands of parties. So people, they are confused. Should we pick this? And then they fall on, into mistakes. So they're afraid. So here the same thing. They are afraid. So it's good to explain to them. And thank you so much for all this. So الجواب كان إنه هنا أكيد أكو أحزاب مثل ما موجود يمنا، بس مو بكثرة اللي موجودة يمنا. أكو حزبين 3 اللي هم يمكن 4 5 ما متأكد، بس يمكن 5 بالنهاية. هذول الأحزاب هم الموجودين اللي هم الأكثرية خلينا نقول. فيقول القضاة ما يصير يكونون منتمين إلى حزب معين. وهمن الانتخابية مالته ما تجي فقط من مدينة معينة. يعني إحنا بالكهول ممكن ننتخبهم ناس بشلافيستا، ممكن تنتخبهم ناس بالشمال ممكن ينتخبوهم، يعني قصدي بشمال سان دييغو. فليش؟ لأنه الحكام هم موجودين اللي هم راح يخدمون كل هالمحاكم. زين، إذا كانوا موجودين بشمال سان دييغو، جنوب سان دييغو، شرق سان دييغو، غرب سان دييغو. فالمهم إن هم محايدين ونهائيا ما يديرون بالهم إنه هذا منين جاي، من أي حزب من أي مكان آخر. We appreciate. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know we're coming to the end because there's a lot to speak about, the legislator, all that stuff. But, you know, we're going to cut it short, and it's about an hour. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. The last thing that you want to tell the people, I'll give you a chance to speak, and then I'll tell Mr.
Thank you. Once again, thank you so much for having us here. You know, one of the hardest things for us as judicial candidates, and when we go out into public, people always tell us, you know, we usually don't vote for judges because we don't know anything about you.
Correct.
So having the opportunity to do this, like Mark said, to get out in front of a big audience and let them put a face with a name is very important, and I really do appreciate the opportunity. I have been in public service my entire life. I started out as a teacher. And then when I decided to go to law school, I wanted to become a prosecutor, and I've been a prosecutor my entire life. And to me, serving as a judge after being a prosecutor is the highest level of public service in this community, to continue to make sure that everyone's rights are protected, that everyone is treated fairly, equally, impartially, and like I said at the beginning, to make sure that under those tough circumstances, the right decisions are made and people are held responsible for the sometimes terrible choices that they make that put our community's safety at risk. So I really appreciate the opportunity to address your audience, and I'm running for Superior Court seat number 18, and I would really appreciate everyone's vote.
نعطي لهم مجال انه كل واحد ينطينا اخر كلمه عن نفسهم لانه ضروري اكيد نتعرف عليهم اكثر واكثر وضروري حتى نعرف شنو هي الاشياء اللي يردوها. فمستر مودي قال من اني كنت مدرس قررت انه اروح اصير محامي وطلعت من التدريس ورحت الى كليه القانون. من رحت الى كليه القانون من تخرجت هاي 17 سنه هو يشتغل كمحامي لحاكم الولايه، معناها انه دا يقوم بتحقيق بهالقضايا الاجراميه اللي هو الكبيره حتى يوصل الحقوق للناس وحتى يقدم احسن خدمه للشعب، لانه دائما يعني حمايه الشعب هو المسؤوليه، دا يحس انه هي مسؤوليه مالته انه لازم يوفر حمايه للشعب. فهذا هو، فيقول هو دا يروح على الكرسي 18 موجوده بالباليت مثل ما قلت لكم. كرسي 18 اريدكم خلي اتاكد كرسي 18 اريدكم تتاكدون من عندها. ودا يقول شكرا جزيلا للراديو مالتنا حتى نحط، لان دائما الحكام يشوفون بالخفيه، فاحنا ما نريد نحطهم بالخفيه، نريدهم يظهرون ونريدهم يحكون عن نفسهم حتى نتعرف عليهم اكثر حتى نعرف منو بدنا ننتخب. سو سي جي مودي لا تنسوه هو على السيت 18 او الكرسي 18. For sure, Mr. Skeels, we would like to give you the opportunity.
Thank you. So I have 3 children, and my oldest child, my daughter Hannah, was home from college the other day. And she had an absentee ballot similar to this one that you have here.
Yes.
And she had a chance for the first time in her life as an 18-year-old who had registered to vote to fill out the choices that she wanted. And it struck me that I've been working as a prosecutor for longer than she's even been alive, but her vote is the same as my vote. Each person has the right to one vote, and it's their opportunity to express what is important to them. They have a mind, they have a soul, they have values, they have life experience, and the way to communicate that to the community about what is important to them, whether it's from a president to a senator to a council member, or in this case a Superior Court judge, is to register to vote and actually go through the process and be a contributing part of the fabric of the American community to show what is important to that community. So this Chaldean community, which has so many fantastic qualities about the way they take care of their family, the way they work hard in business, if they want that to be a quality that's appreciated by politicians and people that are on the ballots, the way to make sure that they get their attention and that they hold politicians accountable, including judges, is by voting. And so I would just encourage all of your viewers to exercise the right to vote, even if it's their first time. To get registered, it's not that difficult or complicated a process. Get a ballot or go to a polling booth and exercise this right to vote, which is so important and so meaningful to those of us that are running for office.
Thank you so much. I think next time we'll bring Hannah so we can outreach to the youth.
There you go.
The 18 years old,
Yeah.
because that's the most difficult one.
Right.
So we want them to vote.
Right.
We want them to exercise their rights, which is very important. So Mr. Skeels حكانا إنه قال الحلو بنته جاية من الجامعة عمرها 18 سنة للبيت وشاف نفس الباكج مال الانتخابات مالتها بإيدها وقال إنه نفس الأسماء هي موجودة ما تتغير. الحلو إنه هي مع العلم والدها هو يشتغل كمحامي حاكم الولاية لمدة أكثر من 10 سنوات ومع ذلك اثنيناتهم راح ينتخبون نفس الشخصيات. فالحلو إنه كل الشعب هم ينتخبون نفس الشخصيات اللي يرجوها. فيقول الجالية الكلدانية هي ما أريد أسميها جالية، المجتمع الكلداني هو مجتمع يعني أبو عائلة ويهتمون بالقضايا الأخلاقية وعندهم محبة لعوائلهم وهو مجتمع كبير. الشيء الحلو إنه عندهم قيم وعندهم أخلاق وش قد ما نريد إنه إحنا نزيد هاي القيم والأخلاق ونتشكر لهم إذا اختارونا لأنه مو بس هم راح يكملون واجباتهم تجاه المجتمع لأنه صدقوني الانتخابات مو صعبة حتى لو كانت هاي أول مرة تنتخبون بها. فيقول مو بس ينهون يعني واجبهم تجاه الانتخابات بس يحاولون إنه يجيبون مجتمع أحسن وأحسن. فيقول لأن هذا هي مسؤولية علينا. فالحلو إنه إحنا تعلمنا من عندهم هالشيء هذا ونشكرهم هواية جو يعلمونا. مو صعبة إنه تروحون تسجلون، مو صعبة إنه تروحون تنتخبون وأتشكركم هواية. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and I really looking forward to hear good news from you.
Thank you.
And I
We are too.
really looking forward for that. So I appreciate, and Thursday probably we'll have more people, and we will be there to help the people to see what they want, you know how they want it. So good luck for both of you.
Thank you.
أعزائي المشاهدين أتشكركم. I know طولت عليكم بس أريدكم تعرفون عن قضية الانتخابات وتتابعوها وتشوفوا شلون تسووها ويعني أتمنى إنه كل واحد يقدم حقوقه ويروح ينتخب حتى تشوفون إنه راح تشعرون بشعور داخلي كلش حلو إنه إحنا بإيدنا قدرنا نجيب هذا الشخص للكرسي. شكرا جزيلا. متشكرتكم إن شاء الله ألتقي وياكم يوم الخميس بشخصيات أخرى وشكرا جزيلا.